I remember when I first saw the trailer for Pixels, I thought it looked amazing. Like it's about like these like aliens who send in like these classic 80s video game characters to attack the Earth, and Adam Sandler and like some other people have to stop them. I just thought that was such a cool idea, and I really wanted to see this movie. And I watched it in theaters, and I just thought it was amazing. Like it was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Like it was action packed, it was hilarious, it was just awesome. Looking back on it now, I really have to question myself because what was wrong with little kid me? This movie is boring. Yeah, I did not really enjoy Pixels on rewatch all that much, and it's a shame because like I think this movie has like an awesome premise. It's about about like these aliens who get like a message from Earth, and like in the 80s Earth like send them like a videotape of them like playing video games, and the aliens think that's an act of war, and so they start sending them like classic video game characters to attack them, and so Earth has got to defend them. And I thought that was like a really cool premise, and I still think it is. I feel like that could be like an awesome like movie to turn into like almost like an homage to 80s movies. Like I feel like this movie should have been like just an homage to 80s movies. Like go full on 80s with it, honestly. I feel like that would have been so cool. But no, this movie just turned out to be like a pretty boring, uninteresting comedy with some cool video game stuff here and there, but it's pretty minimal. I have a hard time saying this is one of the worst comedies I've ever seen because like I've seen worse, honestly. Some with like some really dumb or like offensive or uncomfortable jokes that just make me go, oh, why am I even watching this? This is terrible. But this movie doesn't have that kind of humor, but the comedy is still, you know, not good, which leads into why this is still technically one of the worst comedies I've seen because it is so boring to watch, honestly. It is like, it's just like really boring. It's uninteresting. Like a lot of the jokes and storylines that they have here feel like the most like basic things like you've seen in other places. Like there's this romance with Adam Sandler and this like one government lady, and they break her a little bit. It's like, you know, right? And then they get together at the end. It's like the stuff they do with them is not all that funny, not all that interesting. It's just something I've seen before. Josh Gad's character, oh, he's a bit of a weirdo, but you know, nothing I haven't seen before. You know, so I've seen it before. And like the only thing that I can remember that I thought was kind of funny, but nothing to make me really like chuckle or laugh at, was like Peter Dinklage's character. He plays like this character that's like really cocky. He goes like, "I'm the fire blaster. The ladies love me. Come here, Serena Williams." You know, stuff like that. And I don't know. I guess the way he played it was kind of funny, but nothing to really make me laugh out loud or anything like that. It's just, yeah. I guess it was just, I don't know. It's just like, I just didn't really care for it. And that goes for a lot of the stuff here. It's like, it's not that interesting, not that funny. And I was just really like, throughout the whole movie, I was just like waiting for like the video game stuff to happen because I remember the video game stuff being really cool. And with that being said, was it? I'll say this, the video game stuff in the movie was cool. It was pretty cool, and like the best parts of the movie technically, like visually they look amazing. Like the way Pac-Man and the Centipede and Donkey Kong look and all that stuff, I thought they looked really cool, and the visual effects team did a fantastic job of what they did. But my main issue is that the video game stuff in the movie is very minimal, honestly. It's like, I can only think of like 3 major fights, honestly. There was like the first fight that like I should say, I don't remember the character's name. That's unusual for these videos. So I just keep calling him Adam Sandler and like, you know, everyone else by their actors' names. Like, you know, Adam Sandler fights Centipede, you know, they do that for the first time. Second was like, they fought Pac-Man. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought the way they defeated him was pretty cool. The whole Peter Dinklage using a cheat code to make his car move fast, though, that was dumb, honestly. It's like, how does that work? How do you put a cheat code in a car? I don't know. And the fight with Donkey Kong and the other video game creatures at the end, like, I guess was also kind of cool. But like, again, it's like, yeah, those I guess looked cool and everything. They were like, a lot of the movie is just like, oh, these characters talking to each other and like, hey, we gotta find a way, like, what are we gonna do for the next fight? Stuff like that. And then like insert jokes here and there that aren't all that funny. And like, honestly, it's like a real shame because the video game stuff that is here, I think it's cool, but like I remember it being so much more like in the movie. I remember there being like, oh, so many cool references and like appearances from these classic 80s things, you know, 80s video game characters and stuff. But like, no, it's like, it doesn't really feel all that significant, which is like kind of a bummer because I think this premise is awesome though. Like, you know, right? Like these aliens like being accidentally confusing a message from Earth about them, like, you know, playing video games and confusing it to be like a war signal or whatever, and then sending them the video game characters and to attack them. I think that's a really cool premise. And like I feel like here's an idea that I have. What if they went like full 80s with it? Like honestly, what if you made this movie like an homage to 80s like movies and just have it like, you know, right? You know, I just think that'd be really cool, honestly. And like and it would be much more interesting than what we got. But no, we ended up getting like a pretty generic, like lame comedy with some neat video game stuff here and there. But I feel like the missed potential, honestly. I feel they should have gone like full 80s, maybe like just straight up making an homage to 80s movies and just go full on. Like, have you ever seen Kung Fury? Make it like that, but like about video game characters. And that's basically what I'm thinking. I don't know exactly how to describe it because I'm terrible at describing my ideas, but like, I don't know, I just feel like something like that would be cool. Something that I realized at the end of the movie after I finished watching it was that it was very similar to Ghostbusters. Like, okay, think about it. You have like this cast of heroes mainly comprised of comedians, like in Ghostbusters, and they have to fight this strange thing. In Ghostbusters it was ghosts, and here it was the video game characters. The main goofy guy and has a romance with a more serious woman, like, you know, like in Ghostbusters. And they both even have like little suits. In Ghostbusters they had the, you know, right, the suits that they did while they were busting ghosts, and here they have like the arcader uniforms. They call themselves that, the arcaders. And and when I saw that, I was like, huh, I wonder what that's all about. And it kind of made me wonder if like Sony at some point maybe thought about turning this into like a franchise. I don't know if they actually ever did. I'll have to look into that. But like, I wonder, because I know at the time Sony was like having a thing, well, they kind of are still having a thing where they really wanted a major franchise, but like nothing really like, you know, lifted off the air or whatever the term is. I don't know. That's probably not what the term is at all. But like, they threw all these ideas to the wall, but none of them stuck, I guess. Spider-Man, that was like, after Amazing Spider-Man, that was a little bit dead in the water until like until Spider-Man Homecoming in the MCU. And like Men in Black, I think they tried to do that at one point with Men in Black International, Ghostbusters as well, you know, right, with the 2016 movie. And it's like, yeah, it's like they tried like all these things to make like a franchise, and it just wasn't really working out. I wonder if they considered Pixels, because when I heard, like, I don't know, just like them like having these like very specific suits, and then like, you know, calling themselves the Arcaders, like, oh, this is like, we're like a team. And I wonder, like, were they considering more Pixels? You know what I mean? Like, hey, here's Pixels 2, we got to fight more video game characters, you know, and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I forgot what my initial point was. Oh yeah, this movie's very similar to Ghostbusters. It's not as good as Ghostbusters though, but that's a given. Oh, and by the way, Josh Gad impregnates Q*bert in this movie. I could give some context to that, but I'm not going to. So in conclusion, Pixels is not that great of a movie. Yeah, I do consider it, yeah, I guess it is one of the worst comedies I've seen, but like, it's not horrendously bad, it's just boring. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's not the worst thing ever, it's just boring. And it's a real shame, because I think this movie has like such an amazing concept, like, that I feel could be done so well if like given to the right people. And I guess I technically have seen it done better in some cases. Futurama did an episode way before this movie that has like a similar premise. They didn't, and that episode was good. But then I realized there's actually one show that has a very similar premise to Pixels, and it is so awesome. Glitch Techs! Glitch Techs is this really awesome show from Nickelodeon, and it's like on Netflix, and it's about these two gamers, Miko and High Five, and they work for this video game company called Hinobi, and they're glitch techs. And glitch techs are people who stop like evil glitches from video games. Like, because in this world, when video games start to glitch, the glitches become evil and they start attacking, and so it's up to the glitch techs to stop them. And this show is just really fun to watch, man. Like, I had a blast watching this. The characters really fun, the action is really awesome, the animation is really good, man. It's like, it's done by the same like company behind like Rise of the TMNT and like Lego Monkey Kid, and it's just like, again, this show is just so great. And when I realized it has like some similarities with Pixels, obviously there are some huge differences, you know, I know that, but like when I realized, like, oh dang, there actually are some similarities. Like, both of them are about like a team of people who tried to defeat evil video game characters. I was like, okay, I have to talk about Glitch Techs in the Pixels video. This is no longer about Pixels anymore. This is about Glitch Techs, because this show really deserves some attention. Like, Nickelodeon completely screwed the team who made the show. Like, they completely screwed them over, and that just sucks. And so I gotta promote this show. Glitch Techs, is awesome. Go watch it. It's on Netflix, and I want more of it. Please, Nickelodeon, please make more of it. Like, oh man, I just Glitch X is just awesome, and I just want to talk about it. Oh yeah, also Pixels, whatever. Yeah, it's not that good. Who cares? This video stopped being about Pixels. It's about Glitch X now. So yeah. In conclusion, go watch Glitch X.